topic. The battle over the bridge has moved to your television set. The owners of the Ambassador Bridge have a new television spot running right now. Take a look.
In the past 10 years, the number of cars and trucks crossing from Michigan to Ontario dropped by half. But some bureaucrats and politicians still want to build a new $2 billion bridge. They know we don't need it. They even know it'll lose money and stick Michigan taxpayers for $100 million every year.
All right, Governor, I find this puzzling on a couple of fronts. First of all, I thought you already bought a bridge, basically. And second of all, they say, the Ambassador Bridge people say, there's no need for a second bridge, yet they're building a second bridge right now. What's up?
Yeah, there's some inconsistencies there. We do need another crossing, and the way I view it is it's all about international trade. And when we did our analysis, it's about, let's get another crossing going, and at the same time, there's enough traffic to support the crossings we have. So there's a good economic environment for everyone to succeed. It doesn't have to be at anyone else's expense. We can add this new crossing and be successful.
But which crossing are we talking about?
The new international trade crossing,
so
the partnership with Canada.
Ambassador Bridge is off the table.
Well, again, we need to work forward with the Canadians in a positive way. They've made an offer to us about partnering, working together in a prospect that is very economically appealing. I'm an old CPA, and when I crunch the numbers here, this is a good opportunity for our citizens, and in particular, they make a comment about sticking our taxpayers. The proposal we have on the table isn't to raise any more debt at the state level, nor obligate citizens of the state of Michigan for any liability.
And basically, Canada has said that Matty Maroon can't take his bridge into Canada, so it's dead in the water.
Yeah, in large part, the Canadians made that decision some time ago to say that they weren't going to work on that project, and this is the project they want to work on. And people need to remember it's important we build this crossing, because at some point, if we don't participate in this, we could lose a lot of international trade, because it could put there could be another crossing going over by Niagara through New York. And right now, we're the preferred trade route. So let's not lose an opportunity to keep us and make us grow in terms of international trade.
Mayor Bing, we want to know how you feel about the bridge proposals, because this could mean a lot of business right in the city of Detroit, with the largest international border crossing going right from Canada into the city of Detroit.
Well, it's huge for Detroit, and I'm in favor of a second bridge. I know the Maroon family and support them. They're great business people, but they can't build over into Canada, so why are we wasting so much time? The big thing for me not only is international trade, because that's long range right now. I want to get this bridge built as soon as possible so that we can create the kind of jobs that we need for Detroiters and people in southeastern Michigan.
We're going to move from international travel, gentlemen, to the travel within our own borders. We're specifically talking about mass transit. We got a lot of questions on this subject right here. This is Terry wants to know, what kind of mass transit system is being considered for southeastern Michigan? We need it so badly. Also, we've taken some YouTube questions here, and so we have a gentleman here that wants to ask you a question directly, so take a listen.
I would like to know what your position is on mass transit and what type of assistance your office can give to Detroit in implementing, maintaining, and eventually expanding this system.
So, Governor, what's your response to that question?
Well, mass transit is important, and there's 2 or 3 levels to it. We are making progress. The M1 rail project is very exciting. I think that's a great opportunity to help revitalize the downtown and a good chunk of the city by creating that project. So there's good things to work on there. I think over time we need to continue to work this issue of a regional transportation system. That's been out there for decades, and what I'd like to see is us finally coming to the table to get some resolution to that. And then the other thing I would say is there's actually commuter rail, longer-term, higher speed rail opportunities that could, again, connect us better across the country that we're examining. It's too early to make decisions on that level of project, but we're starting to do our homework to say there could be good opportunity there, because if we could connect things like Metro Airport better with the city, there's good opportunity there to make us even more successful.
And there are a lot of plans in the works right now. Mayor Bing, how important is a light rail system to the city of Detroit, not just from the river to 8 Mile, but what about going into the suburbs, which will bring a lot of jobs for Detroiters who need jobs in the suburbs?
Well, I think it's more than transportation. It's economic development, because I don't care where you go in the country where there's mass transit, you'll see all kinds of economic activity in that particular area. And as we go up Woodward Avenue, the 9.3 miles for the M1 rail, I think we will go east, at least a block or 2 east of Woodward, a block or 2 west of Woodward, and there are a lot of things that are happening. Housing, entrepreneurs are starting to pop up. People are willing to invest money, and that's all job creation. So that's going to be very, very important.
Now, we did this story earlier this month on Detroit 2020 talking about that light rail system really is going to happen, right? It's going to happen sometime maybe early next year when they're going to put that stake in the ground for the first?
Yeah, we have the environmental assessment that should be complete sometime probably in the June time frame. And once that's behind us, I would say late last quarter of this year or first quarter of next year, we should see a shovel in the ground.
Excellent.
All right, now a question for Governor Snyder about the shape of our roads. We got at least a half dozen emails about our roads. Of course, Gary from Rochester Hills writes, Governor Snyder, what are you going to do about the deteriorating roads in our state?
I think he wrote it with that tone of voice, too.
Yes.
Well, he should. I mean, our roads need serious repair. I mean, we've had that situation for, again, a number of years, and we do need to put more into our infrastructure. That's something, though, if you look at the priorities we've outlined, we really have on the agenda for the fall, is to look at our infrastructure, and not just roads, but intellectual capital, infrastructure there. That we need to talk about Michigan's infrastructure for our future.
Mr. Mayor, Detroit roads also in no better shape, and quite frankly, you've got no money to fix it.
No, it's a difficult situation. Fortunately, last year we were able to get money from the federal government, and we actually paved about 65 miles in the city of Detroit. But even doing that, it still left a lot undesirable places to drive your car, no doubt about it. It's tough.
Yeah, 65 miles isn't much in the city of Detroit, which is a lot of roads.
You're absolutely right.
All right. We talked to the county executive of Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. Let's begin with Oakland County Executive L. Brooks Patterson and see what he has to say.
You want to hear this?
Mayor Bing, you and I have developed a great working relationship since you took over as mayor of the city, and I'm making an offer. Is there something that Oakland County could do with you and for you as you struggle to rebuild the fortunes of the city of Detroit?
Mayor Bing, there it is, an open offer. What can Oakland County do for Detroit?
Well, if he's got some money to send, we'll take that, number one. But number two, Brooks and I have become very good friends over a long period of time. And since I've been in office, he's been very supportive. I think they have an IT system in Oakland County that's state-of-the-art. And I think that's something that we can learn. We need to really get our people together to see exactly what they're doing that we're not doing, start to use best practices, and I think there's a lot for us to learn from.
You're talking about like public Wi-Fi or...
Correct.
On that?
Yeah, it's correct.
I have to ask you guys, is this part of the regional cooperation that we've been talking about, to see a Republican governor sitting here next to a mayor of Detroit? We haven't seen this since, what, Governor Milliken and Mayor Coleman Young, and we've seen you all at a basketball game. Now you all are here.
Well, I think it's part of the dialogue. I mean, it's about people looking beyond party to say it's about being part of Michigan. It's being part of a region. How do we succeed together? Because I think a lot of us are all coming with a positive attitude to say it's not about fighting about something. It's about solving a problem. And we've got plenty of problems to solve. So it's just about rolling up our sleeves, going to work, and I'm proud to say the county executives have all been good. Over the last month or so, I've had meetings with each one of them in this area, along with great meetings with Mayor Bing.
And I would say that I think the relationships amongst the political leaders at the state level and down here in southeastern Michigan is like it's never been, and I think that's a positive. And we understand it can't be just, region against region. All of the infighting I think that we've had over the years needs to stop. We've got to figure out how to work together. We're part of the same team. We're working to make sure that this region comes back and we can be competitive against other regions around the country.
We're in it together. Still to come on Tough Times, Real Answers, we're going to talk education funding cuts with the mayor and the governor.
Plus, we're going to ask the governor about the proposed cuts to our state's film incentives.